Hello everyone, and welcome to English Unlimited. Today we are going to talk about one of the most famous novels of the 19th century, The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This book was first published in 1890, and it is the only novel written by Wilde, who is more famous for his plays and witty sayings. It is a story about beauty, youth, art, temptation, and corruption. In this video, you will hear a very detailed and continuous summary in simple English, B1 level. So, listen carefully, follow the story, and practice your English while enjoying this great classic. Let's begin. The novel begins in London, in the elegant home of the painter Basil Hallward. Basil is an artist who believes that true beauty can inspire great art. One day, Basil paints the portrait of a very handsome young man named Dorian Gray. Dorian is innocent, pure, and admired by everyone for his beauty. While Basil works on the portrait, his friend Lord Henry Wotton arrives. Lord Henry is clever, but also cynical. He enjoys shocking people with his ideas. He believes that the most important things in life are beauty, youth, and pleasure. He says people should not worry about morality but should follow their desires. Dorian listens to Lord Henry's words, and they have a strong effect on him. For the first time, he realizes that his youth and beauty will not last forever. When he sees Basil's portrait of him, so perfect and beautiful, he feels a strange fear. He says, "One day I will be old, but this portrait will stay young. If only I could stay young forever, and the picture grow old instead. I would give my soul for that." From this moment, the story changes. Dorian's wish comes true. He remains young and beautiful, while the portrait begins to change with time, reflecting the state of his soul. At first, Dorian falls in love with an actress named Sybil Vane. She is poor but talented, and she plays Shakespearean roles with passion. Dorian admires her beauty and talent, and he becomes engaged to her. But one night, Sybil performs badly on stage because she says her love for Dorian makes her real life more important than acting. Instead of forgiving her, Dorian is cruel. He insults her and breaks the engagement. Sybil is heartbroken, and soon after, she kills herself. When Dorian hears of her death, he feels some guilt, but Lord Henry tells him not to worry. He says life should be about experiences, not responsibility. That same night, Dorian looks at the portrait and sees a change. The lips of the painted face look cruel, as if reflecting his unkindness. Dorian realizes that the portrait shows the truth of his soul. From then on, Dorian begins to live a double life. Outwardly, he remains beautiful, charming, and young. People admire him and he is welcome everywhere. But in secret, he begins to live a life of pleasure, sin, and corruption. He explores every form of vice. The portrait becomes more and more ugly, showing cruelty, selfishness, and evil. Dorian hides the picture in a locked room, where no one can see it. Years pass. Dorian still looks young while his friends grow old. People begin to whisper strange things about him, because rumors of his wild lifestyle spread. But no one can prove anything, and his beauty makes it difficult to believe the stories. One day, Basil, the painter, comes to visit Dorian. He asks him about the rumors. He says Dorian should show that he is innocent. Dorian laughs bitterly and decides to show Basil the truth. He takes him to the locked room and reveals the portrait. Basil is horrified. He sees his beautiful painting now transformed into something monstrous. He begs Dorian to repent and pray. But Dorian, full of rage and shame, kills Basil with a knife. After the murder, Dorian feels nervous. He calls an old friend, Alan Campbell, and forces him to destroy Basil's body with chemicals. The portrait now shows blood on its hands. Dorian continues his life, but the weight of guilt grows. One evening, he goes to an opium den to forget his troubles. There, he is recognized by Sybil Vane's brother, James Vane. James has been searching for Dorian for years, to take revenge for his sister's death. At first, James does not believe this young man could be the same person from nearly 2 decades ago. But later he learns the truth. He tries to follow Dorian, but by chance, James is killed in a hunting accident. Dorian feels relief, but he cannot escape his conscience. He begins to think about changing his life. He remembers a young country girl he recently seduced, but whom he let go before ruining her completely. He hopes this small good action will improve the portrait. But when he looks at the picture, he sees it is worse than ever. His attempt at goodness was selfish, just a desire for pride. In desperation, Dorian decides to destroy the portrait. He takes the same knife he used to kill Basil and stabs the painting. A loud cry is heard, and the servants rush into the room. They find the portrait restored to its original beauty, showing Dorian as a young man. On the floor, however, lies an old, withered man with a knife in his heart. His face is ugly, wrinkled, and unrecognizable. Only the rings on his fingers reveal that he is Dorian Gray. And so the story ends. Dorian tried to escape time, morality, and consequence, but in the end, he destroyed himself. And that is the story of The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. It is a story about beauty, art, temptation, and the dangers of living only for pleasure. Dorian wanted eternal youth, but he lost his soul. For us, this novel is also a lesson. True beauty is not in the face, but in the heart. Our actions and choices shape who we are. Thank you for watching this long summary in B1 English here on English Unlimited. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe for more summaries of classic books in simple English. Tell me in the comments, what do you think was Dorian's biggest mistake? Listening to Lord Henry, rejecting Sybil, killing Basil, or trying to destroy the portrait? Keep learning, keep reading, and keep practicing English with English Unlimited. See you in the next video.